This is Carter. Hey, Carter. It's the name of a grandbaby of mine, Carter. Howdy. Howdy, Carter. Found you on YouTube a year ago. Love you, Carter. So, inspirational, I'm so glad. Thanks, my friend. I'm turning 20. Oh, woohoo! 20. God, I was just saying that a few years ago. I feel 20, but I don't look 20. Huh. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm turning 20, been having problems for 4 years. So from 16, this young man started with hair loss. See what I'm saying? You young guys are in trouble. Young guys and gals, I'm glad you're turning into us because I really love you young guys and you really are our future on this planet. You got so much to turn around. My generation screwed things up bad. You know, with all the narcissism and all the crap and stuff and our generations before. It's up to you guys. So, we need to stop this hair loss. So, when you see things taking off hair, breaking things down, because we could consider that if you're losing hair, you're breaking down cells, right? Hair follicles, everything cells, hair cells, everything cells. So you're breaking down cells, right? So the first thing you want to do is go, okay. Now, everything is chemistry here in the physical world, and in chemistry, there's only two sides to it. There's the base side, which is the female healing side. Then there's the acid side, the corrosive, I'm going to tear you down and break you down side. I'm going to hurt you and cause you pain. Which side of chemistry, my friend, do you think is taking off the hair? Because everything's chemistry. You have to go to that. You have to ask that question. I have to tell you. You have to ask that question if you want to start from ground zero. All right? So, acids. No question. Now we get into the fact, where did these acids coming from? First of all, man's diet is predominantly acidic. If you're not a raw foodist, most people are eating acidically. Oh, well, not only are your cells, if you eat alkaline, that's okay. Your cells are constantly, the byproducts of all these cycles from Krebs and methylations are acids. And some of these byproducts are not beneficial like they claim. They're byproducts that have to be turned to salts or somehow eliminated out of the human body. Well, we have a whole system that does that, don't we? And that's tied to what? That's the great lymphatic system. The system that very few know except you guys, and you guys are winning the day because you're understanding that system more than anyone on the planet. And everybody else is turning away from that system. Can't turn away from the sewer system. Nobody turns away from the sewer system because when it backs up, the knock comes on your door. Woo! Tumors, smell, breakdown, hair loss. So this has been developing in you because every day your cells are constantly producing acids. And at 16 years old, in today's world, your kidneys are lucky if you're filtering. You're lucky if you're filtering. So all these years, it's been accumulating and accumulating. This is why you're seeing so much up in the head areas. Get this out, my friend, because this leads to nothing good. I've said we're going to see a whole world of 40-year-old dementias and Alzheimer cases. It's coming. Guys or gals cannot remember half the stuff now. So these are some serious issues. Upper circuit brain and nerve, man. You're 20 years old, really go up there and build that, clean that, get your bowels cleaned up, get your kidneys filtering, pee in a jar, make sure you're filtering, make sure there's sediment in that urine. Remember this? The old urine chart. Make sure you have a lot of sediment in your urine. Because if you have none, you'll keep losing hair. You have to fix this lymph system of yours. It isn't blood taking it off, but getting more blood aggressively going up there with a good alkaline diet is going to really help regenerate that, and especially brain and nerve added to that. It's going to help perk you up too. If you're in school, boy, you're going to love these two formulas. Because you want to fix this, my friend. I still have hair thinning, mainly on left top side of my head. Interesting. So, left kidney. But generally all over. Inflamed scalp and fungus. Yeah, see, inflamed scalp and fungus. See, that's the lymph system. That's not blood. That's the lymph system, and it deals with acids. That's why you get dandruff, too. That dandruff, that's lymph. And you just have to, and if you leave that dandruff on there and not clean your scalp, it'll burn you. You'll start getting red and sores. And if you don't fix that, it can turn into something. I remember I had She was in her 70s, and I started detoxifying her. And this gnarly looking, I mean, it was definitely sewage, popped up on her head, you know. Well, she freaked and went to the dermatologist, and he looked at it and he said, well, I think you have some rare Brazilian type of worm or something up there. It took me about an hour to stop laughing. But it was enough to say that. It was just detox coming out. Because when you start detoxing, what happens? Expectoration. That's what detoxification means, is expectoration. In other words, what's in that shouldn't be is going to be coming out. And if your kidneys aren't filtering well and you're detoxifying aggressively, your skin could open up. Or your skin could start breaking out all over, like you got worse, or your acne got worse, or psoriasis, or whatever, or you didn't have it before, and now you have it. What's going on? Now this is lying underneath waiting. Now you're exposing the truth that's lying under those dark spaces that you don't know. In the joints, the subcutaneous levels of the skin, you know, deep within the scalp. And another problem here again is that scalp is supposed to be cleaned by the lymphatic, isn't it? The lymphatic cleans the scalp. So I don't know. You want to, you know, get everything working, kidneys working and filtering and all this, my friend. And all you guys that are in your teens and 20s and 30s, go after your sewer system. Go after your kidneys, your adrenals, your endocrine glands, your nervous systems, because this is where the genetic pull is. You're seeing babies born with major neurological weaknesses, major GI tract problems, major lymphatic problems with cancers. But doesn't it make sense? Yeah, get the fungus, go and parasite him and stuff, but you're going to do that anyway when you go after this. The fungus is just there sucking up the, probably from the adrenal gland weakness, probably the incomplete metabolism of the sugars. Food allergies, yeah, that's all lymph. You get your lymph cleaned up, my friend, you won't have any food allergies. At times, kidney, okay, there we go. Case closed. At time, kidney pain. There you go. I'm telling you guys, kidneys. Those are our little sweethearts. Love them and fix them. Make them healthy. They're your answer to the world of future happiness. And underweight. Okay. So what would you guys take me on the underweight? Knowing he said all this, where would your take be on the underweight? Mine too. Malabsorption. Malabsorption occurs when the lymph system in the wall of your intestines is stagnant. Nothing can absorb through the villi anymore, or well, and make it into the capillaries of both lymph and blood. So you have the malabsorption of lipids too, because remember, when your lymph system's that bad, you can no longer absorb lipids, and that's why when you go on a lipid high diet, you feel better when you're highly inflamed with acids, because lipids are anti-inflammatory. That's why your lymph system is a lipid-based system. So when you're not absorbing your fatty acids out of your foods, that's problematic, isn't it? But this is malabsorption, and you want to fix that, my friend, because that just leads to everything else. You're not even getting the goodies in there. And then you set yourself up for IBS, Crohn's, tumors, polyps, things like that, you know. Was wondering if it could suggest herbs, glandular to buy single and a protocol, because I can't buy your formulas. Well, you know what? Go on the Fab 4 or 5. You can't buy cheaper formulas at these levels. You can't buy a formula that, if you buy a formula cheaper than ours, it's got to be a 1 to 7 and brewed for 7 days. You wouldn't even want to buy that. I mean, I got our formulas priced as cheap as I could possibly go. That's why we're not a wealthy company. But that's okay with me. But try the Fab 4 or 5, but you do have to go after some things here, man. You have to go after some. And you really need some herbs, upper circ, brain and nerve. You can look at those herbs in those formulas and pick some for yourself if you want. But I would work with that. I don't see a glandular necessary here. Oh, wait a minute. I missed something here, guys. He has dermatitis and psoriasis at times at 16. Yep, you're backed up, my friend. I tell you what, somehow see what you can do, what you can muscle up, and forwarding whatever herbs you can. You can contact Jennifer here, Jennifer W., and see if there's any money in the fund. People send us $100 now and then. There might be some herbs on the shelf once in a while. We have some herbs building up on the shelf back there that we give. So there's always a way, bro. And you want to get this, Carter, because I'm telling you, nothing good could come out of everything I see here. And you know it. I think listening to these videos is enough to tell you know it. You got psoriasis. This is all major lymph. Well, you'll go bald, and then you'll wonder where you parked your car as you get a little older. And it's like, whoa. So you want to fix this, man.